BBC News said on Monday that US President Donald Trump has threatened legal action over the editing of his speech in a 2024 documentary.
The apologising is for the
The
way...
report came after the British Public Broadcaster's chair, Samir Shah, apologised for what he called an error of judgment in the incident. Criticisms have been mounting after a leaked internal report raised concerns about its news coverage, including its handling of the Trump speech, the Israel-Hamas war, and transgender issues. That pushed Director General Tim Davie and News CEO Deborah Turnus to resign on Sunday.
I stepped down over the weekend because the buck stops with me. But I'd like to make one thing very clear. BBC News is not institutionally biased.
The documentary, by the BBC's flagship Panorama programme, was broadcast a week before the November 2024 US presidential election.
We're going to walk down to the Capitol.
It spliced together two separate parts from one of Trump's speeches on January 6, 2021, creating the impression that he was directly inciting the Capitol riot, which was carried out by his supporters later that day. Trump's lawyers said the BBC must retract the Panorama documentary by November 14 or face a lawsuit for no less than $1 billion, according to a letter sent on Sunday. In an apology letter to British lawmakers, Shah, the BBC chair, said it accepted that the way the speech was edited was misleading.
The impression it left on the British audience, as opposed to the intention of the programme, which was to give the the British audience some understanding of how President Trump's supporters were reading it. Now, that's quite a complicated set of thoughts, and we need to get that right.
Shah said there were cases of individual error and issues that pointed to underlying problems, but dismissed charges of systemic bias. He also rejected suggestions the BBC had tried to bury any of the allegations or failed to tackle any problems. A spokesperson for Prime Minister Keir Starmer said the BBC has the government's support, saying the top-level resignations show that the broadcaster had taken responsibility for mistakes made.